Hey guys, it's Jason with KSL. We're out here on this new 3.5 to 4 acre piece of property. We're gonna run some perimeter temporary electric fence. I'm out here, I just wanna do a quick intro on it. I wanna set a post right here and run a string line going back up that way along that mowed section. Go ahead and mark off for all my posts. Drive them kind of light in the ground. I'll come back with a tractor and tap them all the way in the ground, stinking hard, because we hadn't had too much rain. So I'm going to post them, put them all in with the tractor. So that's what we're going to do. We'll be back here in just a minute. All right, guys, I've got this post right here. It's going to be one of my corners. It's going to run back up that way. But I just took a string line and run it down to the property line right there. Took this awesome Craftsman tape measure, this 25 foot. When you go to pull it 25 foot, the stupid thing breaks. So yay Craftsman on quality products now. But I want to put these posts at 25 foot spacings just to save on some posts. My animals are broke to a hot wire, so they're not really going to be up on it. It's just a deterrent. They hardly ever touch it or anything like that. So 25 foot spacing is going to be fine. I've got 9 posts to make it up there, so I'm going to lay my post out, tamp them in the ground just a little bit, and then come back with a tractor and drive them all. So we'll show you that as we go. Hey guys, I got 50 posts. We ended up with 45, and they're all driven in, all nice and good. They're not super straight, plumb. Who cares? It's a temporary fence. I'm not going to take the time to do it. They're in the ground. They'll hold. I'm not real worried about it. But I've got, if you've seen my other video when I was putting some other temp fence, this is I call it a story pole. It's got a mark at 10 inches, 20 inches, and 34 inches. And I'll show you how I do it. And then that way you've only got to measure once on these posts. And it's a super fast time saver. Because what you do, set it on the ground at your post, and it tells you exactly where to put your insulators. So then you'll know you'll need an insulator right there. So then that's at 34, then put one at 20 and one at 10. It's a super simple, easy, fast way to do it. It took me 2 minutes to make this pole, and it will save you tremendous amounts of time on that. So now I'll shoot you down here and show you. That's the line going down through. You can see all the posts. So I got 45 posts to do, and we'll be back in a minute and start stringing some wire once I get this in. Hey guys, it's Sunday afternoon now. We got rained out yesterday about 2:30 or 3 o'clock. We started getting rain. I'm not gonna fuss about that, but I kind of wanted to get this done. But so part of Saturday afternoon was a bust, but I worked in the shop and did a few things while it was raining. But it's Sunday afternoon now. We got rain this morning, which again, I'm not gonna complain. We need it, we're dry. But I just got all 3 runs of the electric put up. You can see down through there. It's at, I forgot, 10, 20, and 34 inches. And that's been sufficient to keep the animals in. But you can see right down there's the corner. And then here's a view going back up to terminate on my property. And I'll run you up here and show you how I terminated it. Because what I've got on the property line, we've got hard fence all the way from one corner of the property to the other going down the property line. So that's going to work as my other side of the fence to keep the animals in this new area. And I'll show you how I terminated it without having to hook to the actual wire and have it grounding out. But I'll run you up there and show you that. All right, the camera's at kind of a weird crooked angle. We're standing on a small little slope. But essentially, this is what we got. This fence right here is the property line fence, the hard fence that runs up and down the property line. And what I did, I took 550 cord and the corner insulators. and essentially I tied it to the metal T-post with 550 cord, and then looped my electric braid net around there. And I'll see if I can get you a close-up of it. See how that works? So it keeps it off the metal T-post. And then when I did that for all 3 runs, and I took my extra wire and just tied it in. I did that on both ends. Down at the other end is the exact same thing on a T-post with the plastic insulators. Everything's tied together, so everything is tied in together on one circuit. And now we're gonna go up where I put the new gate in and figure out how many sections of pasture we're gonna break this into and figure out all the logistics on that. All right, guys, we're back up on my property, looking back towards the new pasture. What I think I'm gonna do, I really wanted to split this into 3 pastures, but then I started looking at all the logistics and trying to make it work. Because I want to do a central spot where I can have my water tank in a central spot, and then have my electric, my charger, my fence charger at one location, not have to move all that crap. So essentially what I'm going to do is make a V. I want to do a post right here, a line running off of each post, and I'm going to hook my, if you can see, each end of the H brace, I'm going to hook my electric line to. I'm going to put some clips in to where I can run the gate latch to. So essentially what I'll have, if I want them to go in the left-hand side, I can pull my gate over here to the other H brace, and what it'll do, it'll let them go out to the left-hand side. If I want them to go to the right-hand side, I just swap it. And then this little V section is always open to where I can come down, have the water trough sitting right there, and my fence charger sitting right there. Probably gonna go with the solar fence charger on this, just because I've got good sun all day out here, and it'll be fine. Right now we're at, let me see, 1:30, and we got good sun. That's the east, so we'll get morning sun. Won't get a whole lot of afternoon sun depending on how far I push that out. So what I'm gonna do now is drive a T-post in about the center of this 16-foot opening, somewhere thereabouts. And I want to take the weed eater and walk as straight a line as I can and weed eat back to there. And then that way, I just want to weed eat a small little path to where I can get I'll probably just run 2 strands with step-in post, because I'm not going to go through the time and the effort of driving T-post on that. But I'll cut a quick little path through there with the weed eater as straight as I can. I could run a string line, but I don't want to walk it 4 or 5 times, and it's just kind of stupid. If it moves just a little bit, who cares? The cows aren't, and the sheep aren't going to notice it. But that's what I'm going to do right now. All right, I got this T-post right here is going to serve as my central pivot, where I'll pivot my electric gate to the left or to the right, whether I want them to go to the left side or the right side. I went ahead and cut a swath down through there where I can put my step-in post. I said I was going to try to cut a straight line. Honestly, that line's about as straight as Big Mike. If you know who Big Mike is, it's about as straight as that. But, oh well. Nobody will notice. I don't really care personally. It's not that big a deal to string. I should have strung line it, but you know, who really cares, honestly? Nobody's really going to see it except for the sheep and me, and I don't care. All right, so now the next step, I'm going to go grab a bunch of step-in post, and we'll start setting step-in post here, and then kind of go from there. All right, guys, we've got our step-in post run down through there, and I've got my 2 strands of wire ready to go. I've got to run to Tractor Supply and pick up a few things of hardware to attach to this post to where I can fix my little swing gate. I'll get it probably tomorrow, but that's going to be kind of a wrap on this part of the video. We'll finish up on the next video showing how we set this up, and then I'll kind of take you on an overview of everything. If you stuck around this long, like and subscribe, share it out. Also, don't forget our festival, October 28th and 29th. And then the 27th, we've got classes. Chuck Peoples is teaching a medical class, and then Eric Johnson is teaching a guild planning class. So go check it out, KentuckySustainableLiving.com, and we will see y'all later.